and it begins. What? So what's it? It's Paulie.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Showstopper Man, back to bring you another video. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, ladies and gentlemen, I want to dive right into this this topic because we had a nice discussion on Big Gamer Small Talk podcast. Me and my boy Jam. You know, we was going in it and going at it about Phil Spencer's comment, and you know, and just that interview in general. Zaire chose to focus all his attention and energy on the comment of Phil Spencer saying, when they asked him, would they be able to win this generation? You know, would they be able to win this generation? And Phil Spencer said, a human response. And this is what my take was. It was a human response. He can't predict the future. He cannot sit here and say, yes, we're going to win, blah, 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 because he can't predict the future. So he did a human response, and that human response is something we all did since we was kids. And that was just to say, I don't know. Soon something break in your house, and you know, when you're a kid and you knock something over, and your mom will come down there like, what happened? Who did this? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say that it's a human response. And you know, I can't get mad at I don't know. You know, but I tried to show them in the podcast, and it's kind of hard to get your full thought out without it being chopped up, because you know, when you say certain things, people tend to want to chime in and get their point across, and you know, all that little stuff. So I'm gonna take a little time to get my point across now. I tried to tell them, like, that shouldn't even been the story. What should have been the story was the comment that followed up beyond that, where they asked was, Sony, do they consider Sony or Nintendo their top competitors? And Phil Spencer said, according to Microsoft, they're not even in the top 10. They're not. And you know, and so you know, Next Gen got mad behind that a little bit, where he was sitting here saying, well, how if you're gonna operate in this console space, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people going around here saying that trash. You're gonna operate in this console space, that is your competitor. Not really. You know what I'm saying? And here's why. Microsoft mission, you know, we sit here, we praise them, we do videos about a lot of stuff that they sit here and say. A lot of people tend to forget the IGN interview where they had the three heads of Xbox there. They had Phil Spencer, they had the OG Xbox dude there, and they had the guy that took over from him, which was with the 360. And they all was talking about a whole lot. And in that interview, in that one, they said the direction that where Microsoft was going was always all-in-one box that you would be able to do everything on. That's been their mission. That's been always been where they was headed with this whole console thing. So it's no different than where their message now. Their message is still the same. What the difference is that in the beginning, when the OG Xbox came on the scene, Microsoft wasn't fully on board with it. 360 came, they still was kind of they was kind of iffy. When Nadella got in that bad baby, he got on board with it. The mission is going forward now. So they have not changed. Their mission has been the same since the beginning, since the OG Xbox. This have been their whole plan, to get everybody to game on their ecosystem. It shouldn't be a mystery. This is why I'm so confident about their mission. And everybody was like, well, that's confusing the gamers. No, it's confusing those that want to sit here and focus and operate in the console space. It's not confusing those that just don't really care, because it's not really changing anything. It's just they going forward with their mission. So here's where they headed. They building the ecosystem to where you have to be codependent on their system. Everybody will be gaming on their ecosystem. Not so much a console, but how you want to game. You're gonna game on that ecosystem, just like how everybody that has a computer, you know what I'm saying, that has Microsoft OS in it, and 9 times out of 10, that's what's pushing your PC gaming, or whatever the case may be. Some people do on Linux, or whatever the case may be. I ain't sitting here saying those that just switched over to that, and you know, you have an option, whatever, all that trash. But the thing is, you know, you 9 times out of 10, you on Microsoft OS. So they took that and they just making it more broader. Everybody gonna game on their dang on ecosystem. So everything that they are putting out here, everything that they are building with the DirectX 12, with the Windows 10, with the cloud computing, all this stuff is geared towards building an infrastructure that's strong enough to be able to handle, to be able to push all these games. You know, I seen my boy Worry, shout out to Worry. He came out and he said, I don't want a game on the phone if it's going to be clunky and buggy. I don't think it's going to be clunky or buggy. I think you're going to be able to, you know, get you a controller and you can have it hooked up right up to your phone, and you still won't be able to game just like if you was at home. That's where I see them heading. I just see just with the structure and how they building everything, and how everything kind of coexists and add power to small devices like that. And we sit here and we talk about this trash all the time. And you know, oh man, low level latency PCs, and you're gonna be able to get this amount of power out of it. You see all these videos these dudes do, man. And at the end of the day, that's what it is. You know, you're gonna be able to get that type of power out of any device, you know, because it's going to be rendered in the cloud. Now, how that coexists with us as gamers and how we get, only time will tell. I don't know how we gonna enjoy that, but I think in just the idea of that is brilliant. And that's just me. The idea of just, I'm able to take my tablet, my phone, whatever, and I can still game as if I'm not missing nothing from my console. So regardless of where I'm at, man, you know how many picnics we be at, or family cookouts, or whatever the case may be, and people just all around just doing a whole bunch of other, playing cards and all this other stuff. Don't get me wrong, I still get my hand in a little bit of that. But I'm just saying, if you want to sit there and pull your phone out, get you a game in, you can do that trash. You can still do it. That's my whole point, man. One thing I can sit here and say that can tie this all in. My wife, she's in school. She in her last year before she become a nurse. And you know, when we had to upgrade our tablets to Windows 10, she made a statement to me that kind of like helped. Like, I was like, wow, why would you make a statement like that? She said, I don't like Windows 10. I said, why? She said, because it's not made for students. And I said, why you say that? She said, because the first thing that you pop on, everything is geared towards gamers, you know, blah blah blah. I said, well, I like Windows 10. She said, of course you do, because you're a gamer. You know, everything, as soon as I pop on here, games is right in your face. I said, well, it can still do all this other stuff. She said, yeah, it can do all that stuff. You know, I ain't saying, you know, boom. She said, but it's games is right in your face. She said, as soon as I turn it on here, I see Xbox everywhere. That means they built this for gamers in mind. This Windows 10 was built for gamers. You know, and that's big. So that lets me know that this is their first step of Microsoft putting their full force behind gaming. as a company as a whole. You know, where they once upon a time they did it separate, where you can sit here and say, yeah, they were operating in that console space, but they moved beyond the operating in that console space to now it's about their ecosystem. It's no longer about a console space. It's about getting people to game on Xbox Live and getting people to game on their infrastructure. That's where they headed towards. Getting everybody, I don't care if you're on PC, I don't care if you're on this. So they building their gaming library, they building their online infrastructure, they building all this little stuff to kind of corner the market to get everybody to game on that, because that is what they're strong at. Okay, yes, it's a lot of people that want to sit here and come in here and turn their TV on and just play their games. You can still do that trash. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, a lot of us game online. So what's wrong if, you know, you want to consistently have that online experience and go game wherever you want to game at? Nothing's wrong with that. That's an added feature. So however you want to do it, their message is, and it's focused on gamers. I don't think it's confusing. I don't think it's, you know, they have a disconnect. I just think people that are more passionate about how they want to game cannot grasp the concept that they are adding to your enjoyment, to where how you want to do anything. You know what I'm saying? So if you still want to sit at home, pop your game in and play it on your TV, guess what? You can still do that trash. It's the message is, we are focused on gamers. However you want to enjoy your game. You might not want a game on a Xbox One. You got a lot of PC dudes that don't even want to touch a console. They can still game on their PC. You got a lot of people that don't even like consoles at all. You just got a lot of casuals that just want to sit here and game on their phone and everything like that. They can still do that and still be in a party chat with people, man. Stop it. This is where they headed. That to me is dope. I enjoy that. You know, I think that is slick. I think it's not confusing. It's only confusing to those, like I said, that operate in this console space. You know, and if you sitting here and you consistently kind of following them up, you know, Phil Spencer in the beginning, he even said this in the interview. He said, I came out and in the beginning I was making bold statements like, we're going to win this generation, we're going to do that. But he had to change his thought process to match up to what Microsoft was doing, because as he seen how everything was coming together, and after they had meetings, he understood it's not about winning a console war. It's about Microsoft as a whole. So what are they getting paid off of when you buy an Xbox One? They're getting paid off of Windows. They're getting paid off of everything Microsoft is. You purchase that one device, it's just like purchasing a PC or something like that. They still get a part of that. Every company working together, all their whole division, moving as one. That's a great thing. That's not a bad thing. And you know, so for him to sit here and say, hey, I don't know, because they still operating in that, because they still have to, that's their forefront to gamers to display their games, which is on this box. But at pretty soon, bro, next generation or the generation after that, we are not going to be gaming on no consoles. And that's all I'm sitting here saying. And this is your boy Showstopper, and I'm Al. Peace.